Started by building a quick demo that I also used to take a thumbnail for the stream, which ended up lasting 5 hours. Then I just created a creative flat world, but with a survival script so you can drop items and stuff. Then I added these nuts box because I wanted to add some custom HUD. Yeah, this was a lot of pain to edit with the file. And as you can see, it ended up looking kinda okay. Then I added a new part to my mod, which I am later gonna use to drop items with. Then I accidentally ended up deleting all my files. Because yeah, I had some stupid shortcuts in my mouse. Luckily, I was able to restore most of the code thanks to VS Code. And yeah, in the end, I made a working dropper that could drop some ores, basically. Of course, the script of all the ores would crash and they would never despawn. But after just 5 hours of work, I've got this. So I streamed for another 10 hours. Then I started working on some kind of furnace to sell the ores. I've added some cool effects to it, as you can see. Like, it turned out really fun. Then I also quickly coded some conveyor belts for testing, which was surprisingly easier than I thought. Yeah, they turned out kind of funny. They can even lift ores to some degree. Like, quite literally. So after that was done, I tried building some basic upgrader. And as you can see, it would upgrade the value of my ores from $1 to just $2. Then I added the small toilet paper upgrader, which would increase the value by 10%. At this point, we had a very good money-making machine. And yeah, I wrote this very jank code to format the numbers with fancy letters, which as you can see, worked out quite nicely. Then I built a satisfying factory loop and went on a break. Yeah, then I spent a lot of work trying to load an actual terrain into the world, because a flat world is kind of boring if you ask me. And yeah, we're not gonna talk about the drill, but basically I had to remove a lot of stuff like grass and all the trees to make it run at a nice 60 frames, and I also made it so it loads all items always, so it doesn't unload your factory if you go far away from it. Then I did the mistake of making a Trello board and asking my chat for ideas, which led to me making a whole pollution system, which you can see in purple. And I also started working on a power system. And yeah, then I added this windmill, which I stole from the trader, quite literally. And this is gonna be our first power generator. And that's how far I got after 15 hours of streaming. So I can show the stuff to you in-game as well. So this is the dropper, and it's only gonna drop stuff if you click on it. I'm later gonna add droppers that will be powered by logic, droppers that are automatic, you know, all kinds of stuff. Then we have our basic upgraders, basic conveyor belts. One thing that I think is really cool about a factory game mode like this, we still have all the possibilities of scrap mechanic. So instead of making an own dedicated conveyor belt to move parts, you can just use wedges, you know, and blocks like this to build stuff yourself. I mean, I would have loved for traditional conveyors to work, but yeah, this does not really move as you would like it to move. I know maybe the collision is a little bit awkward, but not only is this super inefficient, this is also gonna get so laggy if you want to build huge factories, so I think this is a good compromise. So now I'm gonna actually make the windmill give you electricity. So I just wrote a very simple generator script. It's just gonna add power when you create the part, and it's gonna remove the power when you destroy it. Right, I think I got it working. Alright, so currently it says 0 power. And if I place down a windmill, yeah, it's basically just a typo. Okay, now we've got minus 10 power. Right, if I now load back into the game, but if I place down a windmill, it says we have 10 power. But now I'm rejoining and it still says 30 power, so this is perfect. Also, I've been wondering why my console is getting filled with arrows. It turns out I have like an invisible sledgehammer and an invisible lift. Right, apparently I found a weird fix for this, which, I don't know, some stuff really doesn't make sense. And oh god, you can even tumble in creative. It's kind of funny. So yeah, all I wanted is to just add the generator to your starter items. So, you know, I can have a basic factory to make money like this. Oh my god, this thing is still so huge. But yeah, ideally, this is how you're gonna start the game. Now, I've also wanted to add like a shop UI, so I created this amazing sketch for the shop. And then I let Tofix do the work. And this is what he made currently so far, which, yeah, I think this is getting pretty good. Yeah, I'm gonna make that work another time though. So what I want to do now is random crates that fall from the sky. Right, so I stole the loot crate. Right, so now my idea is to make them drop from the sky randomly, and you're gonna be able to interact with them, and then you're gonna get stuff. Yeah, I also made it a little bit bouncy, which is kind of fun to play around with. Right, so now I'm opening my paper scissors AI I made for the dump ideas in Scrap Mechanic. I made it so the only way to beat enemies is through a game of rock, paper, scissors. Now I'm just gonna slowly morph this into a loot crate. UI. Oh, my doorbell rings, so I was gone for like 10 minutes, and the loot crates are gone as well, because I've added a despawn timer of 10 minutes. So yeah, good to know that is working. You know, did I say that I love UI? This is 16:9 aspect ratio. Now it is perfectly square. Math for the win. Okay, yeah, it's very basic. I managed to get the icon working. It's actually really simple. So yeah, now I just need to make the logic work. So when you press the button is gonna disappear and random items are gonna start appearing. Yeah, now I need to do funny logic because I realized I need to make sure only one player can open the box. Right, if I'm really lucky, this is just gonna work. Oh my god, this is so cool. This is so cool. And now I've won a component kit. Oh my, I just like it. I just write code and it works. Right, I've added a bunch of effects to the loot box, so if you now have a look, it's really cool. Okay, so I've added the horn sound that gets progressively louder. Then there's a confetti effect. There's also now a text that says what you like received from as loot. And I think it's actually really, really cool. Oh god, this sounds so cool. This sounds so epic. Just the sound engine of Scrap Mechanic that's dying. Okay, I made the crates spawn. They currently just float in the sky and they don't fall down, which is bad. Okay, the crates are finally falling down. That was an interesting story. Oh my god, they fall through the ground. You know, every 30 seconds, the crate is randomly gonna drop on the map. And it could even drop onto your factory. Yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with these results. So I did another stream because you guys just can't get enough. Tofix also did some minor refactoring, which led to the manual clicker being a little bit overpowered. Then I started adding some connection points to the upgraders, which you can then turn off and on with logic. And yeah, there were also some bug splits. You guys also worked on some pretty nice GUI concepts. However, I think we cannot do these bars, so I'll have to figure out something else later. You guys also did a little quick logo, which I think is pretty good for now. Well, in the end, there was a lengthy discussion about how the power system should work. Alright, let me explain how it works. So, the manual clicker... Okay, first we need some power source. So as you can see, we currently have 10 out of 10 energy. Yeah, I really need to make the UI more pretty at some point. But whenever I now press this button, spawning one ore is gonna consume 1 energy. And that's just because this is the manual clicker. And there was a lot of discussion about how the upgrader should consume power. Either it could consume power for each ore that gets upgraded, or my other idea was to make it consume power per second. Now, you see, I opted for the latter option, because the advantage this gives you is there's more engineering challenges. For example, I also showed this example on stream, where you could just build up a bunch of ores, then connect stuff to like a switch, which would lift the piston so the ore can pass, and then you don't need to run the upgrader 24/7. And it also prevents you from spamming just a lot of these upgraders all over the place. And to make the entire energy system smoother, I've also added some batteries that can store energy. So now with this battery, we get an extra 100 energy capacity. And yeah, once I add solar panels, which I'm gonna do in a second, they're gonna be really useful. And Tofix has also been working a bit more on the shop UI. Now that's gonna be done soon. Now, one more thing that I added, I made it so that windmills that you place higher provide more energy. So now this one actually gives us 18 energy per second, while on the ground level they only do 10 energy per second. You know, that gives you more incentive to actually explore the terrain, to place your windmill somewhere on top of a hill or something. And lastly, I've also been working on a cell tool, which currently is just a fertilizer. Ideally, I just want to change the model to a money bag, which is gonna look so fun. So basically, I can now point this thing at objects. I mean, of course, I still need to, you know, add all the other objects to a list of items you can sell. But it's gonna tell you the name of the item you're selling and for how much you can sell it for. And if I just press the button, we get this super satisfying animation. And this is so much fun to sell stuff. And if you want to sell stuff in your inventory, I'm still working on that. Now, I've already tried adding a solar panel, but this is actually apart from the warehouse. And as you can see, it's kinda big. I'm not just trying random things in Blender, and at one point it's maybe just gonna work. I just wanna why? I mean, I literally... It is exactly how I want it to be. Right, I have no idea how to make this work.
1 hour later.
Oh my goodness. I can't believe it. It finally worked, kinda. This is a lot smaller. I like it. However, the rotation is still effed up. Okay, it actually got bigger. Look at this. This is perfect. This is exactly what I wanted, except that it's floating a little, you know? It's still floating too much. Wow, I can't believe I've did it. It's like actually a somewhat working solar panel model. I mean, of course, this is probably gonna need a bit of a rework, you know, from someone who actually knows how to make models. But yeah, I am really proud of this. You know, it's kind of interesting to see how the sun doesn't move at all. It's just a fixed point in the sky. So yeah, during this time you'll get full power, and during this time it will gradually like go down. Right, I think I've got a simple script working. Well, I don't think it is working. Okay, wait, I think I might know the problem. Yeah, okay, I can fix this really easily. There we go, now it's working. So this provides 25 power per second. Now, however, if our time of day is the night, we do not produce any more power. So this is working, I think. Yeah, I think next I'm gonna format the power numbers nicely. Now, this is still gonna be very much jank. And yeah, I broke the entire thing. Right, also our shop is now working a bit. You're not supposed to actually get these drops. This is just for testing. But yeah, I can now just buy 1 furnace, I can buy 10 furnaces, 100 furnaces, or 999 furnaces. And I think money and watt scale differently. So we have kilowatt, megawatt, gigawatt, terawatt, petawatt, exawatt, zettawatt. Like, to be honest, scientific notation would have been so much easier, but letters are funny. I mean, I literally called them funny letters. Okay, I'm starting to get onto the most nerdy math websites out there. Oh my god, they literally call them humph. Fuddle, glick, what the hell? But yeah, we only can go up to yotta. Look at it, it's working. We have now formatted energy values. Oh yeah, that looks so much better with the percentage. Yeah, I know there's a campfire somewhere, and oh yeah, I'm smart. Yeah, this is a perfect thing to burn wood for energy. And yeah, I mean, it looks okay. It looks kind of jank, you know? But it's just gotta give it a area trigger, and whenever you drop ores in there, it's gonna sell the ores, only if they're wood though, for energy. Alright, I think I have it working, so this is gonna be really interesting. My dropper is not working because we do not have energy. Here, you see our energy is constant now, we're not gaining anything, so if I put down this battery, oh my god, this works! It says we gain 1 watt, which means we do not lose energy because producing this costs 1 watt. So yeah, now we get 2 watt per drop, meaning we can actually produce energy now. Isn't that nice? So let's see if we actually get more than 2 watts now if we upgrade our ore. I think cube might actually be a little bit too aggressive. Okay, now we get 3 watt per ore. But it takes so much energy to upgrade the wood. This is really dumb. Right now I changed the function to the square root, which means we should hopefully get like 4 watts of power per ore. 5 watts even. Oh yeah, that's much better. I'm gonna do the balancing later. I'm just gonna eyeballing things. Oh my god. That's quite a lot of fire. It's alright for now. I had to work a bit on the shop. And by I mean Tofix, of course. He's on it and it's starting to look really fantastic. Yeah, I just needed to assign a money value to everything, which also now means that my cell tool, which looks like the spud gun, is gonna work on all the parts. Like, I can't wait for this to actually be playable. It's gonna be so much fun. Alright, so now that I know how valuable each item is, I can use this to generate the loot dynamically for the loot crates. The more money you've made, the higher your progress is. And depending on that, you get random items from the shop for free, basically. Alright, it's working. Let's open the crate. Well, that was a failure. As you can see, it won't show the solar panel. You know, it doesn't show any of the too expensive items. So yeah, I think it's working. Now, let's get me some money. Now it's gonna show up a lot more items. Yeah, it's working perfectly. Okay, one little more thing that I wanna add is an automatic dropper, which it shouldn't take long. Let's see if this is automatic. And yeah, this is an automatic dropper. And yeah, we can completely abuse it with a button. Oh my god. Yeah, that's gonna require a bit more code. You know, these should definitely not cause a crash. Yeah, I have a feeling my code is slowly turning into jank, but we are making progress. Now it's working perfectly. Well, I just found a cube mesh by accident, so I guess I can give this to the drops. Alright, I think I managed to make the scrap wood actually look like scrap wood. Okay, now I just gotta change the default color. But at least the scrap wood blocks actually kind of look like blocks. And the shop is also now completely functional. It sorts stuff by price, and it's really amazing. Great job Tofix did there. And you can also see in the top bottom right corner, there's actually a logo now that we changed with the logbook. Well, keep in mind, all of this is still very much in development, but I think we've got like a gameplay loop now. Let's place down our windmill. And yeah, I don't think I'm gonna need cheats anymore to play this. Oh my god, the upgrader is so expensive. Why did I make it so absurdly expensive? Yeah, let's change that kinda quickly. Right, and now we get $2 per ore. Ah, so much more profit. And we actually start to run out of energy sometimes. Now, you don't think energy is that expensive? Okay, it is expensive. And I can't actually buy it because the shop is a little bit broken. Well, yeah, okay, I think I have to fix the shop off camera or something. And yeah, let me know what you think of this game mode. I'm definitely hyped for it.